Well, I just had one Sox tidbit. I don't we don't have to talk about it too long if you don't want, but it's something we talked about quite a bit and we're confused on with the Justin Ishbia emergence as
Yes.
a potential White Sox owner. Spiegel and Holmes, afternoons on the Score there in Chicago, followed up on. They actually did their own investigative journalism to figure out how this ownership stake is working because it's confusing. Like how much the Ishbias have bought up, what control the Reinsdorf still have, or how Ishbia could take over as owner. And it's actually pretty simple when you actually learn the facts about this. Since day one, Jerry Reinsdorf has had a controlling interest in the partnership, no matter what percentage of ownership he has, what shares he has. That's a not a standard arrangement. I mean, you always hear about hostile takeovers and all that, and it's just a matter of who controls 51% of the shares of the company. Well, that's not how it works with the White Sox, and it's never been that way. The way it's always been written, Jerry is guaranteed he is the controlling partner, I believe is the term for it, where he could only own 1% of the team, and he still controls the team. He is. If you decide to be an investor, you know that going in that you will not have a control. You just share in the profits to whatever percent you own. So Spiegel, I think it was Shane Reardon, their executive producer, was part of the research project on that. They learned that the Ishbias have purchased 35% now of the White Sox. Jerry actually only owns 20% himself. 30% goes to his sons, but they don't even vote, I don't think. I don't think they have, well, there is no vote. It's just Jerry, but it's just like a trust or something that has their name on it. So I don't know. I don't fully understand what that means, but that leaves just 15% now as other various minority owners. That was rumored to be 100 different owners at one point.
Right.
I think it was only really in reality 30. That is down to 15 now, as the Ishbias presumably have bought up those other shares from those other minority owners. So I guess that explains a little bit what's going on, why the Ishbias, they're buying up more and more, and that might be all they can buy at this point. But there's no ownership change in the works at all. Like as long as Jerry wants to own the team, he's going to own the team. As long as he's alive, he's going to own the team. Again, the question of White Sox ownership, when it's going to change, is literally when Jerry passes. That's when things will shake up, because it's not going to happen while he's alive. He's said it over and over again. The way the ownership partnership rules are written up, it cannot transfer without him wanting it to. So I guess we're Sox fans are stuck with Jerry until he's gone. But um, I just felt like we needed to follow up on that, because I think we did 2 or 3 segments on it in the past about it, and just we're confused in how it all works. Now it's thanks to Spiegel and Holmes. They showed us what's really happening.
Well, now I understand the term of saying my minority shareholders, because anyone who owns a share besides Jerry is really a minority shareholder because he is the controlling partner no matter what.
Yeah,
So,
it's kind of semantics at that point. But yeah, so he's gonna run it no matter what until he decides not to or can't.
which we knew, I think we knew that.
I guess
I
there
was
was
just,
hope when you heard about the Ishbias that they were on their way to like a deal at any, this year, or especially how they exited the bidding for the Minnesota Twins. It's like,
yeah,
well, they want a team right away, but they have no say in it when they get the team. But I think they will be the next owners most likely. It's just
yeah,
not imminent.
yeah. I mean, you figure once Jerry's out, that 20% goes to them. They buy that 20%. So that gives them 55% at that point. And
Yeah, and
they're
I'm
the
sure the
owners.
the sons, whatever that portion,
Yeah, they'll
to
probably
Jerry's
cash out.
sons, yeah, so they'll suddenly own 85% of it,
Yeah.
and potentially buy out the other 15% of the 8 minority owners are left, or whatever it is.
What we'll never know in the immediate is what was really discussed with him. Like if maybe Jerry does have a timetable that isn't him dying. You know what I mean? Maybe for health reasons or
Yeah, I'm
for
sure he has
whatever.
things written up if he's incapacitated, or however it works. Maybe on a temporary basis it goes to, is it Michael Reinsdorf? Is that one of his sons? Or
Sure.
I think he's the basketball guy, but I'm sure he'll take control for a time, and then with the idea that they would sell after his passing. But talking about Jerry Reinsdorf dying a lot on this podcast, which feels a little morbid, but in ways that's the only thing Sox fans have to root for at this point. But
well, yeah. Anyway,
we'll just leave it there.
All right, and I think that's it on the White Sox.
Word Hole Media.